Alright everybody, Reckless Redneck RC here with the Syma X5C tabletop review. We've had this guy for quite a while. It's great. 2 megapixel camera it comes with, records pretty decently. I haven't really noticed too many jello issues with it. We put a iPhone fisheye lens on the front of it. It handles the weight just fine, and it provides really nice imagery. Probably doubles the field of view. We have lost some caps over top of our engines, here, and here, but we've crashed this thing so many freaking times, it's almost ridiculous. We shot it out of the tree that we got it stuck in with a potato cannon. Yeah. This thing's been really reliable. We've broken props, we've switched out motors, pretty standard stuff. They've been reliable, I will say. They don't burn out quickly. The flight time is nice. I'd say at most, if we're being really nice to it, maybe pushing 7 minutes without the camera on there. Maybe. Which is pretty decent. Bang for your buck, really good quad. I don't have any real complaints about this. It's really easy to work on. The interior is pretty straightforward. It seems like it's manufactured really well. I'll say that. For the amount of abuse we've put it through, it's handled it really well. It crashes, you put it back down, and you don't even really have to calibrate it, and it just goes right back up and does the exact same thing it was doing before. Flips on a dime. It's probably one of the best flipping quads that I've flown so far. We'll see what other quads I get, because I've mentioned it before. I'm not big on doing flips. I like more just kind of flying around, getting some speed, or doing some nice shots, high altitude stuff like that. That's kind of my bag of tea. Can't wait to get into FPV too. I think I'll really enjoy that. So, like I say, the quad pretty straightforward. You've got your LEDs underneath. It's pretty visible. If you're doing any banked turns and you've turned away from yourself and you're kind of coming, or turned towards yourself and you're coming towards yourself again, you quite often might lose orientation. Up high, it's not too bad. You can still kind of see the glow of them, but. That's one downfall I'll say that is about the quad. The visibility of the orientation lights, not so good. Over to the controller. It is a better controller. It's nice and hefty. It feels good in your hands. The gimbals are nice and smooth. We did modify the antenna here. This is not the stock antenna. We've put a new piece of wire on there to increase the range, because the range was not what was stated with the quad. So we just did a little mod. We put on a new extent, like the antenna was just short basically. It wasn't long enough. So we extended it out and we poked it outside of this housing. So that gave us probably maybe, I'd say 60 feet, maybe close to 75 feet extra distance, and much more reliable signal, I'll say. This, when we first got it, before we did this, had a little bit of a problem. Sometimes it would just straight up drop out of signal, and that's actually when we got stuck in the tree. We were totally within signal range, and it just said, nope, there's no signal here. So, that was a downfall for sure. Overall, it's a really good quad. I can't really complain too much about it. I'm going to do a cut right here because the phone just rang, so I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Just got a phone call. Sold my car. Woohoo! So back to the quad. Like I say, this thing has been just great. It flies really reliably. The settings on it are nice. It's only 2 settings, low and high. The low, once you get used to flying quads, is definitely a little slow for my liking. But the high range is really nice. It's very responsive. There's no real lag time between what you tell it to do and what it does. It banks very nicely. The gyros work fantastically. 2 modes up there. You got your flip button here. Press hold, and then whichever direction you want to flip it will do so. You got your trim buttons, which work really well. Your photo and video button. little bit of a screen here that tells you what's going on the controller. But overall, you know, what you get for the money you pay for this, I would suggest it every time. If you've not flown a quad before, get one of these guys. Or one of the micros like the Syma X4. That's a great one too. But this guy here, geez, man, for the price, you can't go wrong at all. You just can't. So, you know, basically bottom line, I guess, if you're just starting out and you want a great little flying quad, or you're even in the industry and you just want a little toy for around the office or something like that, get one of these. It's really fun. Not to mention, you know, if you do fly other quads and you got friends that come over and they're like, oh, cool, man, that's a really cool quad you got, and you're flying your Taro or whatever you're doing, you don't want to hand them a $2,000 piece of technology. So, you know, kids come over, something like that, you can give them these things and they're great. Absolutely fantastic. So, once again, Reckless Redneck RC, this has been the tabletop review for the Syma X5C. Like us, subscribe, comment, do whatever the heck you like. Love to hear from you, and we hope you really enjoyed our videos. We're going to keep bringing them to you whether you like them or not. So, once again, enjoy your day.